It's week 2 of the NFL, and we get to watch Brian Robinson Jr. He's coming off a track meet kind of week, just a bunch of yards and frequent trips to the end zone. It's the Commanders and the Giants, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what
The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The former number 6 overall pick of 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes and make...
Okay, here we go.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 101 yards.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Jones. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They're going to look to throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
look to throw now on first down. This will be caught at Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Here we go now on first and goal.
Cluster, 6. All right, go.
They'll look to throw again. This is caught. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerve?
And they'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he is going to lose yardage here. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's taken it around the 40. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
The numbers for McLaurin a week ago. 5 catches, 57 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
2nd and 2. Quick slant, Dotson. And he's got this down to the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Ready?
They'll try the left side with Gibson. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 11 yards there, just like last play. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. This one left side caught by Gibson. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Azeez Ojulari drops it for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson. This one from 48 yards away. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
New York set to take the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. You talk about this Washington defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And that's a ranking that feels good, right? To be #1 and be the top of your profession. But here's the problem. It's only week 1.
1 week, yeah.
Can they do it 15 more times? If so, then we really got something to talk about.
That's the challenge.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Throwing Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Jones. That is incomplete.
Absolutely nowhere to go with the football, and he's just going to put this one in the Hudson River. Maybe he's a little fortunate he didn't get called for grounding because that one was well over everyone's head.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is brought in at the 21. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he will find his man Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Blue check. Black swap. Yellow. Lining.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Set.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Hut, hut. Ready, ready.
Back to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Ready.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Complete. Smith has it. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but but still an effective gain nonetheless.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You talk about this Washington defense. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Looking to throw, Jones. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Okay, ready?
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43.
Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Check pitch.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 17-0 our score after 1.
Commanders 17, Giants nothing.
Washington with a football here to begin quarter number 2.
Ready.
As they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready.
They'll look to throw here. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On the set.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Opposite. Green. Smith. Red. Hut. Go.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Here we go.
A 4-yard pickup on the play.
Check
First
White.
down, Commanders.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle.
Down.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 9.
Set. Hut.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get
Here we go.
completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
Set. Ready.
From the 9, 2nd and 5.
At the 9-yard
Fury. Yellow. Hut.
He'll drop to throw. Over the middle complete. That's Smith. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Irv Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Commanders are able to add on to their first half lead. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. And New York set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Now Jones. They juked him. It'll go as a gain of 4. 3rd and 7 now.
Well, offensively, that's a mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's thrown touchdown passes on his last 2 drives as he begins here, 1st and 10.
Switch, yellow, ready?
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Ready, set.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Hut, hut.
They'll set up a throw. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Ready, break.
A gain of 12. And the Washington first down.
Blue check. Set.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Black swap.
McKinney on the tackle. 8 yards on the pickup.
Set,
Brings up
hut.
2nd and 2.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Set, hut.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field. And a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Yellow, Lonnie, check, pink.
Robinson up the middle. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Of course, remember last week number 1, quite the opener for him. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game each and every week. Let's see if he can get a 2nd award in week 2 of the season.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hut, hut.
He'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
Check white. Switch. Yellow. Set.
Robinson. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, I think even he's chuckling a little bit now. What a start this is to a regular season. Charles, remember, 3 touchdowns on the ground last week in the opener, and he's got 2 more here. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, he has to be a little bit on the incredulous side, doesn't he? Is this how it's going to go all year long? If I'm dreaming, don't wake me up.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. New York's offense back out there and set to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. That's caught by Waller out left side. So nothing doing there. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Here's Jones to throw on 3rd down. That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Taken from just outside the 30. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the 2nd time. Good returns in this first half, really. Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
More. You talk about fantasy a lot, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You know,
I'm not good enough to play a fantasy game. I enjoy watching
you. You're an analyst. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up.
5th place.
Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
3rd and 3.
Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And the Giants ready to come out now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener. Adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. A punt of 46, a return of 5. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
Go.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Ready.
They'll set up to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Samuel. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Ready.
They'll throw now on the final play. Over the middle to Smith. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We get started with a classic battle in the NFC. Dallas making the trip north to take on Minnesota. And that one closing in on halftime with the Cowboys out on top. Cedric Wilson, a touchdown reception. From there, it's off to the land to check on the Browns at home in the dog pound. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Amari Cooper, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. A touchdown there for Jahmyr Gibbs. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters.
Will Lutz set to kick off.
And Gibson decides against bringing it out. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the 3rd quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball. And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
2nd and 11. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here. But that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a fourth down.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. A CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. And that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here.
Detroit.
Throwing Jones. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Up the middle with Barkley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Jones on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35. Looking to throw. Jones on the slant. Burks. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
The Commanders' 26-yard line.
Back to throw. Jones. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another 1st down. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep. 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Jones to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The kick by Lutz is good. And now they'll just need 4 touchdowns as the deficit is now 28. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And a Washington offense heading out. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive. And
he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Here we go, hey.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 21, here's second down and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
They'll go to Barkley again. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, the Giants are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Hodgins in motion. Here's a fake on the jet sweep as they'll go instead with Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got...
So a victory here for the Commanders. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball.
You're handing
out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls